Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Man City 2, Newcastle 0 in the FA Cup. We're on to Wembley. We're going to the semi-final. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So I think this game was, it was inevitable from the first goal, to be honest with you. I think from kickoff right through to half-time, City controlled possession really well. You know, we looked sharp. And passing was pretty slick, to be honest with you. There were moments when Newcastle pressed. There wasn't many because, well, we basically had the ball in their half for most of the half, but there were moments where they pressed and we didn't panic throughout the game, either in the first half or the second. You know, we worked around the press, we worked through it, and we got into some pretty decent counter-attack situations from it. So I do think we were quite calm in this one, and I think the players took on board the fact that it is a Wembley tie in the semi-final next up in this competition, and we are in that groove where we're just getting results regardless of how we do it. But I don't think anyone played poorly in this one. Of course, Pep made a few changes. I think he made 5 from the team that started at Anfield. Ortega came in, of course. We had Akanji Diaz centre-half. We had Walker right back, Guardiola left back. Roger was in there. Foden, Bernardo, Haaland, Kovacic and Doku were the ones in midfield and up front for us. And like I said, we took command of the game quite early on. Yes, the 2 goals were fortuitous. You know, we got 2 massive deflections for it, and that was all that was needed, really, to be honest with you. And I think once we got the 2 goals, once we went 2-0 up, I do think we took our foot off the pedal a little bit. We didn't bother going through the gears because we didn't need to. Like I said, Newcastle were only a threat every now and then. They didn't give us any prolonged concern. So I just think the players just kept it in second gear, and that was about it. And going into second half, like I said, you know, it was pretty much the same thing. Newcastle made, I think, was it 5 changes at one point in one goal, or 4 changes? And that did give them a bit of energy. That did give them a bit of impetus. And there were a couple of moments where, again, they tried to counter on us. But mainly, Akanji, I got to say, he was phenomenal defence today. And he broke up a lot of their counter-attacks. And one-on-one against him, he was pretty good each time, against Isaac, against Gordon, and against Almiron when he came on. So look, for me, Akanji gets man of the match. I know Foden got it on BBC, and he got it in the ground as well. He got man of the match for it. But for me, Akanji was phenomenal today. I really do think he put in a solid performance. But I think everyone did. Like I said, I don't think anyone let us down. I know Haaland didn't get his goal today, but I think he worked really hard. There was a couple of occasions where he started the counter-attack rather than getting on the end of it. Like I said, I think we just stuck in second gear. One thing I will say is that what this game kind of highlighted for me was the fact that when we get up front, we don't really have anyone that can just hold on to the ball. We don't have anyone that can control it. I think we're really missing Jack on that left-hand side. I think when Doku, Foden, Bernardo, Haaland, whoever's up there gets the ball, I don't think any of them really hold it up. They're all quite nice and direct. They all want to run at goal. They all want to, you know, just get moving towards the opposition goal. And I think when Jack's on there, I think he's a really good one for slowing the game down and just holding on to, especially when we're 2-0 up, because we don't need to make it end-to-end in games like this. You know, we just need to slow it down, win the odd free kick, and just pass it around. And I think this is the kind of game that Jack would have been perfect for. So where do we go from here? Well, look, next game where we have the international break, and then we have Arsenal in the league. Massive game, of course. Again, if we get beat, we're probably out of the title race, because it is that stage of the season. I said in the match preview, you know, any defeat now in any competition, and we're basically out of it. We got Real Madrid in the Champions League. That's going to be a tough one as well. First game is at their ground. Thankfully, I'd rather have the second leg of the Etihad every time. And it's just all about hanging in these ties for as long as possible and hopefully getting the win too, because we do have some important games coming up. And unfortunately, some of our players are not quite at full flow yet. You saw that with Haaland. We got De Bruyne injured again. Jack is yet to come back onto the pitch. So it's a big couple of weeks ahead of us. Hopefully no one gets injured in the international break. Everyone comes back fit, and hopefully we get a few more players closer to match fitness or match fit as possible. And we move on against Arsenal. Like I said, big game coming up. Thanks very much for watching. It is into the semi-final. It's quite a routine win. I don't think Newcastle threatened us at all, really, throughout the game. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.